Hi, first graders. I hope you guys are all doing well. You're so missed. And today we're going to go ahead and read this book called Whistle for Willie. And it is by Ezra Jack Keats. So, as you can tell from the illustrations on the front, it is fiction, but it's something called realistic fiction, which just means that it's a fiction story, but it's telling us about things that could really happen in real life. So the essential question says, what sounds can you hear? How are they made? Read about a boy who wants to whistle. Oh, how Peter wished he could whistle. He saw a boy playing with his dog. Whenever the boy whistled, the dog ran straight to him. Peter tried and tried to whistle, but he couldn't. So instead, he began to turn himself around. Around and around he whirled, faster and faster. When he stopped, everything turned down and up and up and down and around and around. Peter saw his dog Willie coming. Quick as a wink, he hid in an empty carton laying on the sidewalk. Wouldn't it be funny if I whistled? Peter thought. Willie would stop and look all around to see who it was. Peter tried again to whistle, but he still couldn't. So Willie just walked on. Peter got out of the carton and started home. On the way, he took some colored chalks out of his pocket and drew a long, long line right up to his door. He stood there and tried to whistle again. He blew until his cheeks were tired, but nothing happened. He went into his house and put on his father's old hat to make himself feel more grown up. He looked into the mirror to practice whistling. Still no whistle. When his mother saw what he was doing, Peter pretended that he was his father. He said, "I've come home early today, dear. Is Peter here?" His mother answered, "Why, no, he's outside with Willie." "Well, I'll go out and look for them," said Peter. First, he walked along a crack in the sidewalk. Then he tried to run away from his shadow. He jumped off his shadow, but when he landed, they were together again. He came to the corner where the carton was, and who should he see but Willie? Peter scrambled under the carton. He blew and blew and blew. Suddenly, out came a real whistle. Willie stopped and looked around to see who it was. "It's me," Peter shouted, and he stood up. Willie raced straight to him. Peter ran home to show his father and mother what he could do. They loved Peter's whistling. So did Willie. Peter's mother asked him and Willie to go on an errand to the grocery store. He whistled all the way there, and he whistled all the way home. And that is the end of Whistle for Willie. So you guys are going to go ahead in your Wonders workbook and do some work. But before you do that, I want you to find somebody in your house and retell the story to them. What happened first, next, then, and last, okay? So try and remember through the story what happened to Peter and Willie and tell it in order to somebody in your house. When you're all done with that, you're going to go ahead and work on page 250 in your turn practice book, and then 257 and 258, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys bye for now. Happy learning.